What's going on, guys? Spartan Willie here, and welcome to episode 7 of our Rebuilding Ferrari F1 2020 Mod Motorsport Manager series. Okay, so back after Barcelona. Pretty boring race last time out, not gonna lie, but we're back here with Monaco, which is known to throw up even more boring races, but we're going with an open mind. Of course, it's not the real Monaco track, so it could be a decent race. I didn't think there was actually 22 tracks in the game, so I don't know if they'll repeat because obviously we got the real track, but I don't know. I thought there was only like 15 tracks or something in the game, but I could be wrong on that. Just sort of, I'm talking while I'm trying to figure this out. So gearbox and brakes. Gearbox is max, brakes are max. What about front wing should be max, so work on the rear wing. We should get our gearbox come through in the next couple of days anyway. And it looks like F2 will go to Monaco a week before us, which is a little strange. Really, it should be the same weekend, but I don't think in the game. I think this came out before Formula 2 anyway. I'm pretty sure this game, 2016. Didn't F2 start in 2018? Not sure on that one, but we'll work on the reliability for the gearbox. It's not going to be that much better yet until we improve it a little bit. Design new part. You already know that we have to design another gearbox to make sure that they have somewhat equal machinery in the car. Acceleration and do you want to do build time? No, let's chuck that on. So, like I said before, you get like a risk level. So technically it's an illegal part, but just wondering why the reliability is so low. But we'll build it anyway. But yeah, they can find it in this excruciating part at the end of the race, but in Parc Ferme. Gearbox build finish. We're going to go to Monaco here. Oh, we're going to have to simulate through Formula 2. Bit of a slow. Look, they're already up to round 4 of 12. So we still got 8 races left in Europe alone. Where are we in the standings? So, 4th. That's not bad at all. Our drivers, I was going to say evenly matched, but they're not really. Ricardo's got quite the gap on Charles. Almost double, by the looks of it. More than double, even. So, they're pretty equal machinery, so it just goes to show how much that half a star in ability can make. I think there's about half a star. Oh, not even. Of course, Ricardo has got a slightly better engine behind him. But that being said, I'll do practice and I'll see you for qualifying. Okay, so that is practice all wrapped up. I'm having trouble with Daniel Ricciardo's setup, but Leclerc's setup is the best we've had all year. So I'll show you that in a minute. Of course, we've got quali. I don't think we're expecting rain in qualifying, so we're just going to get qualifying super softs. We had to go for some long runs. I did bring some extra super soft tire compounds this weekend because I saw that there wasn't any rain. So we switched out one of the softs for a super soft. 98%, that was the setup I was talking about earlier. Let's see what Ricardo's is. 95. So, like I said, it started a bit rough, but managed to pull it together. We're going to go out. So if we have 2 there, 2 there, and 2 there, yeah, we should have enough to go out on a super soft in all qualifying. But you know what? I'm not going to actually do that. I'm going to send him out on that. Just because Q1 you don't really need to use 2 sets. Let's be real here. You could probably go out on the old ones and set a decent time. Our car is no joke. Like, in this game, the gaps are a bit more exaggerated than they are in real life. We'll say that. Like we have a good second on the bottom 5. So, we'll see what we can do. Always got the option. Leclerc won't need to go out again. But yeah, we always got the option to go out again. It's going to be a bit boring if we sit in the garage for 7 minutes, but, there's no point going out again, wasting a set of tyres. I suppose we could just send Ricardo out for lols on an old set. Yeah, why not? Let's just do it. Just send him out. He can try and improve his time. He won't, and he won't need to because there's a whole second and a half. But just to give us something to watch on track, Danny Rick's going to try and better his time. You can't crash in quali in this game, which I hope they, in the next one, if there ever is a next one, they'll fix. Well, they'll add. Yeah, now boys, you guys are done. Put your feet up. We'll see you in Q2. What's the track grip looking like? The track evolution's looking good. So for a fast, high grip Q3, no one's going out. Okay, that's weird. So no one went out in the last couple of minutes. Everyone was just happy where they were. Even Raikkonen, who was like a tenth off Kvyat, just decided, nah, I'm not gonna be able to push for that, so it just didn't go out. Fair enough. Fair enough. So Latifi, Russell, Grosjean, Magnussen, Raikkonen, nothing extreme there. Leclerc was third with his lap on worn tyres, so that gives me hope. Leclerc looks fast. He sure as heck looks fast this weekend. Now this is just quite a short lap at 110. So we could probably send him out 7 minutes. We could get 3 Q2 runs in, you know. We'll start with 1. Send out Danny Rick. Because the laps are that short, you could technically do 3 runs, but we do have the extra tyre set because we didn't use it in Q1. Leclerc's going to be fighting a Renault here, which is a bit annoying. And another car comes out of the pits of Giovinazzi, I think that is, the Alfa Romeo. P3 again with Leclerc, and he has got some pace. Or maybe Ricciardo's just slow. Yeah, I think Ricciardo's just slow. But we're going to send them both out for another lap. Ricciardo, they could probably get another lap in after this. Because they've allocated for 2 per qualifying session, so it's fine. Use them in Q2. Because then Ricciardo right now is not even going into Q3. He needs to pick up the pace. Yeah, that's better. Do we send him out again? Do we need to send him out again? Not really. We'll save some for Q3. We'll save the 3 tyre run for Q3. So we can try and maximise. Try a new setup, mate. Your setup is pristine. Your setup is the best. And we're starting to drop down the order a little bit. It's too late to send him out now. But there's only 1 car on track, and that's Alonso, and he's not even on a fast lap. So we are fine. Q3 again. We keep our streak of Q3 appearances alive without even a doubt. It's going to show us Hamilton for a little bit. Yep, Hamilton top of the charts again. Surprise, surprise. His car will probably just take off next weekend. This weekend he'll probably overlap us in like first 10 laps. Was that Alonso going out in Q3? Q2? It was too. Sorry, I don't check. McLaren, a racing point went out of Perez. Wow. So Perez just got the seat in Red Bull in real life. So good on him. We're going to send him out as soon as possible. So yeah, we got plenty of tyres. Plenty of tyres. So send him out. Give him as many runs as possible. Out your bop. You're going to get 3 runs today, lads. On fresh tyres. Isn't that exciting? We're lavishing out on this qualifying with the extra tyre set. I'll definitely look at maybe even getting an 11th set. Just to take the pressure off on quality. But then it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. We'll keep the 6 sets, I think. So we're going 10 super softs, 6 softs. If you have no idea what I'm talking about the tyre allocation. Alright, you choose at the start of the weekend how many tyres you want to bring to the weekend. So I'll show you when I send Leclerc out. If you don't know what I'm talking about. I assume you do if you're still watching. But yeah, so you see we've got 6 sets of these, 10 of these, and 4 of those. So, oh, almost put on them. That would have been alright. Maybe not Q3. Leclerc's going to zoom around the track. Hopefully, look, Ricciardo's overtaking Leclerc. Leclerc was miles ahead of Ricciardo in practice and in Q1, and now Ricciardo's sort of taken over. Bit of a teammate battle with that 2 more performance on that gearbox. He's coming up big, obviously. So we'll send him out with 2 minutes to go for their final lap on maximum track grip. Yes, you can do another lap. We've done the most laps we've ever done in qualifying. We never send him out this much, but I am enjoying these quick lap times. By the way, this is the South African GP. This is usually their replacement for Monaco. I completely forgot about it, but I thought it was in the game, but I don't think it's in the game. I think they actually have a Monaco equivalent in the game, in the mobile game. So here we go. Final laps. Where's Leclerc going to go? Leclerc goes. Get out of here! Leclerc puts us on the front row, and he claps back at Danny Rick in style. We've split the Mercs and overtaken the Red Bulls. I said Leclerc was fast, he had the setup, and he's just proven me right there. Beautiful. Still 7/10 of Hamilton, but you know what? That is to be expected. Wow, I can't believe that. It just took me completely by surprise. How many laps today? 78, it's like actual Monaco. Not changing the setups at all. The setups are beautiful. You know the drill. We're watching Leclerc on board now. In the forward position. Most forward. Here we go. Zoom in. We're watching this in normal speed. Oh, it's a bit of a slow getaway from Leclerc, but see if he can hold his own against the top dogs. I don't know how long he'll last. But into the first couple of corners here. Bit of a gap to Verstappen. To Albon. Ricardo still can't get... Oh, he's wheel to wheel Verstappen back there. Yeah, look at that. We're watching on board Leclerc, but Ricardo's in a big sandwich there. And Ricardo's in third. What a start to this race. He's fighting Albon on the exit of that turn. Look at that grip on the track. The graphics in this game are just so underrated. They're amazing. We've got no track grip for some reason. They must have had some rain overnight or something, because usually track grip carries over from quali, but fastest lap of the race goes to Leclerc. That's what we like to see. Following along board Ricardo, because I think Hamilton's just going to sort of ease away from Leclerc as we zoom through this race a little bit to get it on, because we've got 78 laps, so start them early. Tyre heating is actually decent, so if we slow down a bit to have a look around, yeah, bit of a gap forming. The Red Bulls don't seem too fast this weekend, but that could always change, obviously. Zooming around, and this gap is still forming. I can't believe it. We might go to push now as the tyres reach optimal temperatures, just sort of ease down. Stop pushing them so hard. Keep the fuel going, because we've got fuel to burn, son. And as I zoom around this beautiful track, with a bit of a roundabout halfway through it, I have like that. Alonso's making his way up the grid. I think he didn't even make Q3. Yeah, Ocon did. So that super soft tyre does look quite racy if Alonso's come back from all the way down there. Right now we are taking draw maximum points in this race, but will we be able to maintain this sort of pace? Definitely not. Is there any rain today, by the way? No rain. Go neutral. Just sort of calmed it a bit down on the engine now. We don't have the longevity thing from the mechanics that prolong life in the car parts, so we'll calm down a little bit as Alex Albon starts to close the gap to Ricardo. But Leclerc is still well out ahead, which is great to see as these tyres are sort of underheating now, and we've actually used a lot more tyre wear than everyone else. They're probably on a different strategy, so that is fine. We might have to have, we're definitely going to have a two-stop here. No, what? 0 second pit stop. Oh, because I didn't select anything. We're gonna have to go with the two-stop here, but that is fine. I don't mind. I'd rather push on the super softs than have to. Let me just try and focus here. Push, lads, to the last couple laps on this tyre compound. Obviously, Leclerc's going to pit first onto another set of supers, and then we can strap on the mediums or whatever works. Just because we've got the performance buff from the supers. Leclerc's jumped into the pits. Hopefully he doesn't come out in too much traffic. He won't. Clean air, clean track. That's what we like to see. Daniel Ricciardo is pushing hard. I completely forgot about him. Usually he gets all my attention. But, you know what? I'm just happy to have a car up there. And Daniel Ricciardo will come into the pits. We're going to jump on board Leclerc. It's going to be close. No, it's not going to be close. That was a long pit stop, I think. No, 3.5 seconds. Bit longer, but, you know, in this game, our pit crew is getting pretty fatigued. So, go push now. Calm down a bit on both the engine and the tyres. Same with you, Danny Rick. Where are we? Sorry, 4th and 6th. So we've got Bottas between us. He's stuck in a Ferrari sandwich. That's the best type of sandwich, but we could be within a pit window here. Alonso, that strategy looks pretty good on the super softs. That's quite a racy tyre. Who's behind us? Albon. A fair way down the road, Alexander Albon, but could come back to bite us. So that super soft doesn't look too slow, so we'll definitely try and jump on that next. 43 laps. I don't think that will last to then, though. Maybe we have to jump on the mediums. How are we going in the mediums? Ocon's dropped back quite a bit, but that's because he's pitted on the mediums. Who's Leclerc chasing? Oh, Leclerc's... Oh no, that's Bottas between us. Leclerc's fighting here. His tyres are getting very warm though. Alright, we've got to look to sort of get a bit realistic. We're pushing really hard, but we're using a lot of petrol and burning through these tyres, so we've got to start calming down a bit. We don't quite have the car. I say that, we're on the podium, and Bottas is about to pit, so you know. We do have Verstappen who's just pitted onto fresh super softs and won't be stopping again right behind us. So we can pretty much count ourselves out of the podium, but we knew that going in. We just have to push so much harder than them to maintain this position. They were obviously on a different strategy to us. We were just on the attack from the start and try and build a gap as much as possible strategy, which doesn't always work, as we saw today. So we got Verstappen. Verstappen got Ricciardo. And I'm just sort of watching aboard Leclerc here. He's holding on to that podium position with his life. Our sponsor objective says so. So we get a bonus if we can finish third. We already got a bonus for getting third in qualifying, or second in qualifying, but top three. So we're looking like we need a pit again already, which is a bit disappointing. 53 laps. We'll just get on the mediums. If we let these go for a couple more laps, that'd be better. But the mediums don't look fast. So do we go for a 3-stop? Is a triple stop ridiculous or what? What do you reckon? I think a triple stop may be the way to go because I don't think the mediums are that fast. Do we do a split strategy? Just chuck Ricciardo on the mediums and keep Leclerc on the triple stop? I think that might be the play because I'm not feeling the mediums. We'll have a look in a minute. Attack, 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 lads. Yeah, you're never going to fight Verstappen. So Verstappen takes back his third place. As he will look to chase down Alonso. So look at the performance. So 2.5 star to 3 and a bit. But I have seen Alonso do bits on the softs. Alonso. So we're going to go with the triple stop with Leclerc at least. Daniel Ricciardo can pit next lap. I think we're going to do a triple stop with both of them. Call me ridiculous, call me insane, but it's a strat. And we're not breaking F1 rules because we're jumping on the softs at the end. We're going for an aggressive strategy. It's not that bad to make a pit stop. It's fine. So 6th and 7th, still with one more pit stop. Hopefully we can make up some ground on basically just try and get away from them because we're not really going to challenge up here. Maybe Alonso, but he's on a good strategy there. Sometimes being able to choose what you're on is... Oh. Whew. Okay. Okay, he's pushing a bit hard there, Leclerc. He scared me a little bit. I thought Ricciardo was going to hit him as he came back on the track. But, what was I saying? I don't know. Ricciardo will overtake Leclerc there after his mistake. That made me panic. We're going to tell him to calm down a bit because we can't have him crashing out of this race. We haven't had a DNF yet, I don't think. But hopefully we can build a gap to Perez, who, I don't know, they won't make it to the end of the race, actually. I don't think they'll make it to the end of the race on that tyre. So they're going to be at least 2 stopping. So we both got 1 pit stop left, which means that 6th and 7th is basically ours if we can keep it. Oh my, that's such an obvious statement, but you know what I mean. Like, if we both got 1 pit stop left, on track, we got the position. Hopefully we can pull away a little bit though, because just in case, Norris won't be able to go to the end. And Ocon won't have the pace to keep up with us. That medium tyre is so slow. I'm happy that we went with the 3-stop in the end, because I don't rate us on the medium tyre. As we zoom around this beautiful track, Leclerc had a good start. So did Danny Rick actually. They both had a really good start, but that mistake from Leclerc puts him miles behind Danny Rick as he overtakes Gasly, who's underrated in this game. I feel he's not as good as he should be. We give first pit stop to whoever's in front at the time, as we'll complete our last pit stops of the race. Alright, Ricciardo's going to come in, box, chuck on the softs, and safe pit strategy. You already know how we do. So Ricciardo's going to come in this lap, and then Leclerc can come in the next. Strap on those softs. No rain, just double checking. Nope, we are okay. Push. Oh, it was a mistake. We're on safe. Oh, mistake. And that's a driver mistake and a pit crew mistake. I mean, there's been a lot of pit stops this race for us, to be fair. Alright, so we're staying out now for the rest of the race. No more pit stops unless there's damage. Let's not jinx it though. Pushing these softs, get them up to temp, and then we'll take it from there. Hopefully these are racy tyres. Look at that, he's cutting down on the pace, and he'll cut the gap to Perez. So I think this is the way to go. I don't regret the 3-stop now. I was a bit worried, but, you know, big decisions usually are tough to make. But we chase down Perez here. We'll slow it down when he gets closer, but right now it's... Hopefully he doesn't pit. I want to see some on-track action, but he's going to pit. Look at those tyres. They are dead. If he finishes the race on them, I'm going to be very surprised. Look to save some fuel, because we don't need to overtake him on track. That's fine. We'll follow Leclerc, who Ocon is on absolutely dead mediums. He'll have to pit again. So the medium's just not the tyre. Ocon and Renault have got it wrong today. They got it right with Alonso, but terribly wrong with Ocon. And Perez finally pits, so we'll zoom past him, take back 6th and 7th. And maybe we could get Alonso. He's not that far down the road, but we are chomping through these tyres a little bit. But they should make it to the end, correct? Yeah, easily. At this point in time. So attack, attack, attack. Get that tyre temp back up. Push up on the engine. How much condition? 57 and 60. That front wing, I don't know what he's done to it. Maybe when Leclerc came back onto the track? I honestly don't know, but I don't like how we have to push to keep the tyres up to temp because it's going through the tyre wear like crazy. But we'll definitely make it to the end of this race, hopefully. Definitely, hopefully, that's what you want to hear. So a triple stop for the first time in history. No, I'm joking. For us, it's the first time. I'd never really considered a triple stop. But we're the only drivers to do it on grid, and I think it was decent. Alonso is getting closer and closer. Bottas has still got a pit stop in him as well. So if we can close that gap to Bottas, that could be another spot there. It's scraping on the floor. We'll pick it up then. Oh, getting a Discord call. Sorry about that, got a Discord call. That was very random. Ricardo here, where were we? I'm a bit scattered now. So Leclerc pushing. Oh, so Bottas pitted. Can we get him? Jump on board Ricardo. Where is he? No, he's already back out on track. Fair enough, we've shut the gap, but he's on the fresh tyre. So we've actually closed the gap pretty well there. I'll give him that. We'll go around a lap to Alfa Romeo. I feel like we lap an Alfa Romeo every lap. Is it an Alfa Romeo or a Haas? I don't know, who cares really. Drops the place, who are you battling? Oh, Alonso, he did come in again. Completely missed that, didn't I? Good one, Will. Good one. So maybe we can get Ricardo into a 5th here, but he's on such better tyres than us, Alonso. Perez isn't that far down the road either, so we've got to worry about him as well. We don't want to bicker with Alonso too much, because that means Perez can shut the gap. Norris is on the medium, so we don't have to worry about him at all. Plus he's a good 24 seconds behind Perez. But we're going to try and push away from Alonso here. Oh, Alex Albon run away. I thought I said Fernando Alonso for some reason. Jump back on board Leclerc, who is not following as closely as I thought he was. As we... Yep, it's alright, it's alright. It's just tyres, it'll be fine. As long as this says, yeah, we're fine. We're going to ride aboard him, and Alonso's right on his gearbox, which is not... Stop going to Leclerc. It's not what we want to see as we push, push, push. Got engine on max. That front wing's not helping him out. As we come up to the back of Alex Albon, which is a bit annoying. And we're fighting for 4th here while trying to defend from 6th. And a bit of drama late in this race. I want this race to really end. Alright, attack, attack. We've got these tyres are on the last leg, so just don't crash. But don't lose that position to Alonso. But it's looking a bit sketchy here. Final lap. Come on, Ricardo. All you have to do is hold out. That 5th and 7th is amazing. We'll close that gap to Renault by a lot. And that 4th place in the championship is 3rd or 4th. 3rd in the championship is looking pretty good. Oh, checkered flag. But I thought it was the final lap, but it wasn't. Oh, what? And Alonso comes out of nowhere and we'll get Ricardo. And I'm shattered about that. I have no idea what happened there. And it shuts the gap that we're going to close. Far out. Half a lap to go and Alonso just gets, I don't know, a little boost. Fair play. Alonso was sort of out of the question anyway. He was always going to be in a good strategy. Ah, it still hurts. It still hurts, definitely. But scrutineering, that's what it's called. When I was editing the intro to this video, I was like, what did I just say? Um, but yeah, 3 stops. It worked. It worked. Obviously, we were in a much better spot if we were above Fernando Alonso, but obviously the Red Bulls and the Mercs were out of range like they always are. But we increased the gap to Racing Point quite considerably, and McLaren are pretty much out the picture. We just got Renault ahead of us, which I think we'll beat. But then next year we're going to work on closing the gap to the top two. We're really closing the gap to Red Bull, then closing the gap to Merc. So still a way to go, but I like the progress we're showing throughout the season. Looking like my strategy game, my strategy cap is back on, and I actually look decent at the game again. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It was a bit of a long one, like the Spanish one last time out. I was going to cut down the races, but I feel like I'm talking throughout the whole thing anyway. And I'm an absolute chatterbox, so I will just talk. So, thank you for watching. Leave a like in the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Subscribe if you're not already.